be back. I promise.
Let me start with congratulations on the movie. I think it's going to do at least okay at the box office. I have a feeling that it's going to open.
That's our hope.
Yeah. We're getting the word out.
So a lot of people who read Collider really know how the movies are made, and they love, like me, learning about Easter eggs and things that are hidden in the movie.
Yeah.
So like, how many hidden Mickeys are in the film? What can you tease about the Easter eggs?
Yeah, Dave, how many hidden Mickeys?
We nod a lot to the first film.
Yeah.
There are lots of elements that, we have such an incredible foundation of the first film. There's direct lines of dialogue, and even, showing, the growth of Pua, himself. Like, I love that, Pua gets to go on the journey this time. He's got a little tusk. There's a few in there, but I hate spoiling them.
No, but maybe you can say, you should look in this scene for something.
When there's a moment in the third act in the storm, the crew is going up over a big wave, and one of the characters is dumping some weight off the canoe.
Yeah,
there's a little something in there for you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
that.
A lot of them are very subtle, but I think probably the most we have are about nods to the first film. Like, it's actually about if you love the first Moana, there's going to be a lot for you, callbacks, lines of dialogue, that kind of stuff within this for sure.
So one of the things about animated movies that people won't realize is some shots are way harder than others. So what was the shot or sequence that the animation team was like, are you sure? Do we really need to do this?
A lot of them?
Yeah. Well,
I would say that a lot. We have this incredible storm in the third act, and there were moments where we thought we might have to simplify it because we didn't know if we could build something so complex. But I will say our effects artists, they refused to compromise. And so they would come in every day with something new.
Yeah.
And we weren't sure exactly what it was going to all look like when it was put together, because the complexity of water and tornadoes on the water and this epic storm above it all working together was immense.
Yeah.
But in for your audience, every time anything touches that water, you have to build a new sim around it. Like a hand goes into a water. One person has to build something around that. A tornado moving through the water. Yeah. We ended up building these cloud skirts around the base of the tornado that were blowing off water and mist, just so that we wouldn't have to show the interaction with every single tornado, or we never would have finished the movie. But it ends up looking awesome. So we have incredible problem solvers working with us.
I think one of the things about the animation that I was really blown away by, even if you just look at from the first film, is the subtlety that our animators are able to actually achieve. There's so much subtext that's happening in the characters' eyes that I think, because they've been working on these films year after year, the other Disney animated films, they really have an incredible ability to act in a way that the tools allow them to get even more subtle than they were able to do in the first film. And so that is, as filmmakers and storytellers, to have your characters be even more alive on screen is such a gift. So I would say the skill of the people that we work with is this special effect that you can't really, quantify.
Also, everyone working on it just loves working on it.
It's true.
So
helps.
Yeah, 100, especially when it's long hours.
Yeah.
So you have an after the credit scene. I will not spoil it. How much did you debate including one, and how much did you debate what it would be?
I think we had it.
It was baked in for pretty.
It was baked in, but there was a last minute change into it. I think it was something that kept evolving the way the rest of the story did.
Yeah.
But I think the foundation of it was we introduced these two, a demigod and a god, into the world. Yeah. And we really just like the idea of having a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling that this won't be the end of her journey. I'm confident in saying that. So one of the things that I'm so curious about is originally this was going to be a Disney Plus series. Then it became a movie.
Yeah.
And so what from the Disney Plus series ended up being the movie? Was there, you know, like what, because you have choices on
Yeah.
how much of that story you want to bring in.
It was
Absolutely.
always the same overarching story and emotional journey that we wanted to tell.
Yeah, we were telling one
Yeah.
story.
We wanted to introduce all these new characters. It was a story about connection, personal growth. What the series gave us was an opportunity to get to know these characters intimately the way you can with the series. But what we were doing in the story, it just begged for a bigger and bigger screen. And so as soon as we, funneled all of the learnings from our new characters through Moana's journey, it actually just strengthened Moana's growth and just the thematic of the story. So there wasn't, for me, anything left out from the series. We were able to learn things from the series that just supercharged the feature.
Sure. I know that people have told me today that there were songs that you did for the Disney Plus series that are unreleased.
Yeah.
So do you know if there's any plan for those songs to be heard by fans?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
I actually have no idea.
I don't know.
That's a great question.
We've just been like,
Yeah.
can we get to November 27th? And that's a great question. We'll look into it.
Yeah.
So one of the things about animated movies is that they can go through tremendous change.
Yeah.
So did you end up with like a lot of deleted scenes, or like what was the biggest change from when you started to what people are actually going to see?
Yeah, I mean, that is normal, like you said, on every film that we've done. I think because we did start out as a series, there was probably a bit more of of actually having to re-hone some things because it had to all be told through Moana's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
But that's so normal for us. I don't know, in a sense, it felt like we were doing our normal story process of like, it's not good enough yet, or we find a new idea and we run that back through the rest of it. So is there something specific? I mean,
No, I think it all led to finding the best possible solution.
yeah.
But yeah, there are a few scenes, and I think they'll be
Oh, yeah.
available
Yeah.
upon like
Well, yeah.
DVD release. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I think
That we can say.
Yeah,
And
the-
there'll be some deleted scenes coming
Yeah.
out soon.
Yeah.
We might have prepped that.
This is my last question because I got to wrap. What was, and you might not remember, what was the last thing you cut out before picture locking and why?
What was the last thing? Ooh.
Like the last deleted scene, if you will.
A scene.
Yeah, like what was there something that you were like, this is great, but we got to cut this?
I think we tightened a few
It was
things up.
trims,
honestly.
I would
Yeah.
say, right?
Nips and tucks.
Nips
and
tucks,
The last I can
Throughout,
remember.
yeah.
But
Boy, this is not a good answer because it's nothing specific.
Yeah.
but-
No, this is an accurate answer.
Yeah, it actually
nips,
is in this
nips
way.
and tucks.
Yeah.
Because I think we really pushed hard on the story.
Yeah.
And the pacing to
And the
make sure it was
pacing.
really like firing.
Yeah.
We might have cut like a line or an end of a joke or something, but I can't think of what specifically it was.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. But this is an honest answer.
Yeah.
Listen, I know it's going to be a huge hit. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
And seriously, enjoy Hawaii.
Thank you.
You
You
too.
too.
You too.